So has the price of Bitcoin bottomed out around this 35,000 range, and we are going to see this so-called relief rally type of scenario here in a immediate short term, or is this going to be just a temporary support line before price starts breaking it to the downside? So for that, today I am going to start this analysis here in a daily time frame using this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, because right now for us it's very important to understand this one scenario, because if you are aware, the price of Bitcoin is holding its ground around this 35,000 range. But if you use this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve and also at this 14.59 Fibonacci level, right, you can see this is the exact line where we are finding support at this current stage, because we know this 14.59 Fibonacci level has always played a very important role here in a previous price action. Because if you look at this, when the trend was heading to the upside, when we had this retracement, this 14.59 Fibonacci line acted as a very strong line of support. After that, we had this massive run. But also when the trend was trying to find a proper support over it, the same Fibonacci line acted as a resistance. And then we had this massive price retracement. You can see support, resistance, right? Resistance here. You can see this line was very important, because if you look from the past Bitcoin price action, support, same line acted as a resistance before we actually started breaking it to the upside. And now, since this is exactly where we are also holding our ground, so if the daily candle is going to close above this 14.59 Fibonacci level, then there could be so-called a relief rally type of scenario playing out here in price action of Bitcoin, because we are aware not just only this one Fibonacci level, but also if you include this orange line, which is 23.61 Fibonacci level, this line was also very important line of support and resistance for Bitcoin. Because on my previous videos, I have mentioned if the price of Bitcoin is going to break this 23.61 Fibonacci level that was lying around 41,000, then there is a very high probability of pricing this retracement, where we could be getting gravitated towards the bottom of this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. And in our case, since the price of Bitcoin has also showed this actual reversal type of scenario, now if this is going to be a relief rally, then we also want this relief rally to come across this 23.61 Fibonacci level, which is lying around 41,000 price range, to invalidate all this bearish scenario. Otherwise, this here could just be a temporary relief rally before price again starts breaking it to the downward direction. So for us today, it's very important that we close the daily candle above this 14.59 Fibonacci level that is lying around 35,400 price area. And not just only this one here, which is pointing out if the support is going to be there around this 35,400 range, we could be expecting some sort of a relief rally to play out here in immediate short term. Because if you look at this one chart here, so now I am going to add this Williams alligator indicator to give you a picture what is happening with the trend. Because if you look at this actual impulsive movement, only the impulsive movement, guys, and let's go back here from past Bitcoin price action, right? The impulsive movement, what has happened here in price action of Bitcoin? If you look at this, let me use the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, right? If you look at this one here, whenever the price of Bitcoin has showed this actual impulsive movement, in that case, the Williams alligator indicator, this tree line, right, has always repeated one scenario again and again. In an uptrend like this, the green line is always going to be at the top and the blue line always at the bottom. But in a downtrend, you can see whenever we have seen this price reversal type of scenario, in a downtrend, what happens? The blue line always stays at the top and the green line always at the bottom. And now if we look in our case, right, you can see the blue line at the top, green line at the bottom, the price was consolidating and also showing this weakness. In our case right now, you can see what kind of crossover is this? The blue line is at the top, the green line is at the bottom, and this usually happens when the trend is weakening and showing this downward price movement. Here you can see similar scenario. Whenever the blue line is at the top, right, and the green line at the bottom, the price usually sees this reversal type of scenario. And in our case, in this is exactly what is still happening. What I personally believe, with each and every price retracement, you can see first what the price of Bitcoin has done is try to break out of this Williams alligator indicator. So this is also indicating, you can see we had this attempt to break out of this Williams alligator indicator, got rejection. Only then we saw this price retracement. Tried to break out of it, we got a rejection. Only then we saw this price retracement. Here as well, you can see we tried to break out of it, got rejection. Only then we saw this price retracement. So what I'm actually trying to pinpoint here, if the support is going to be there around this 34,500, 34,000 range, and price is going to see a movement, a relief rally, then this relief rally would make a lot of sense towards this Williams alligator indicator. So before again showing this actual movement here to the downside, or even this massive movement here to the upside, doesn't matter. The price right now could be getting gravitated towards the Williams alligator indicator before choosing an actual trend direction, because we are aware right now we are holding the support from this 14.59 Fibonacci level, that is around 35,000 range, right? So if this support is going to be there around this 35,000 range, then this could be a small relief rally at least towards this Williams alligator indicator before choosing an actual trend direction. And let me show you why that could actually make a lot of sense right now. Now let me show you this here in a daily time frame by simply using this horizontal trend line, because if you look at the price movement of Bitcoin from the past and compare this with the current one, we could be actually seeing one price movement unfolding again and again. What I mean by that, if we look at this from past Bitcoin price action, when we had this impulsive movement and corrective price movement, you can see when this corrective price movement came towards the previous support line, and when the support got broken, right, you can see then we saw another price retracement before price formed this exact scenario. Consolidation, a move here to the upside, failed to continue higher, and then got retraced towards the trend line, just like if on past Bitcoin price action, support failed, another price retracement, just like here, failed to find support, retracement, failed to find support, we got this retracement. And now you can see this was also very similar price movement, just like here, right? And when this support also got broken, what happened? We saw another price pullback. So what I'm actually trying to say you here, if this exact scenario is going to happen, we could see consolidation around this 35,000 range, and price also showing this kind of movement, an impulsive movement, corrective movement before it chooses a actual trend direction. Because you can see whenever we have failed to continue and break the previous resistance line, we have always seen a bigger pullback. So that's why for us, if the price of Bitcoin wants to invalidate all this bearish scenario, we have to overtake this 41,000 resistance into support. Because if we do manage to do that, then you can see with this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, we will be again re-entering above this 23.61 Fibonacci level, which could be a very bullish indication for Bitcoin. But for now, as you can see, for an actual breakout to happen, we have to overcome this resistance around 41,000 range. But in a medium short term, we could be seeing more of a consolidation around this 35,000 range, pricing this impulsive movement again, a retest around the previous support line before choosing a trend direction. Let me add another similar scenario here just for you guys. So now let us look at this in a 4-hour time frame and add this one price movement, which is known as symmetrical triangle breakout. Because whenever we have seen this exact price movement unfolding here in price action of Bitcoin, price faking this breakout before again starting this downward rally. So you can see with each and every breakout what we have seen so far, the price of Bitcoin has always showed a bigger retracement. I mean, a breakout from the symmetrical triangle, but could not last longer. After that, a pullback. Again, a breakout could not last longer, pullback. Consolidated, failed. boom, another price pullback, right? So you can see another symmetrical triangle breakout type of scenario, could not last longer, just like here. Then we had this bigger price retracement or pullback. So you can see another symmetrical triangle breakout type of scenario, could not last longer, another pullback. So now if this is exactly what is going to unfold again, just like what I showed you with the previous example, then the price of Bitcoin here could be forming another symmetrical triangle type of scenario, right? Doesn't matter how it's going to look like, but we could be seeing some sort of a temporary relief rally type of movement before price chooses an actual trend direction, just like here, a breakout, but failing to continue higher, right? So this kind of scenario is what I am actually expecting to play out right now here in price action of Bitcoin. So these are some of the interesting scenario I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.